Hi, how are we? So, in it's tradition now for me to pop on live to make my customer thank you cards. I've done it for the last 3 months, so I'm doing it now because why not? Hey ho. Well, I say I'm going to do it now. I've sent a load out already this morning, but I've got a couple of customers coming up to collect them in person, so I need to make their thank you card. So why not come live and let's do some stamping together, especially as I'm going to be sat here on my own otherwise, which is sad. What am I going to say? I'm using this stamp set, which is All Things Fabulous, which is reverse, sorry. And I'm using a total of 9 ink pads. So we're going to get stamping. I'm going to switch around now, so you can have a laugh at my terrible customer thank you cards, but it'll be funny. You'll love it. Okay, so I'm going to switch around, and then you're going to go for a spin, so you can see outside my window. And then you're going to spin down. It's like being on a roller coaster. Hello, people joining. I'm glad I'm not alone, because it's a bit sad if you're on your own. Crafting is very isolating sometimes. Okay, so as I said, we are using the All Things Fabulous stamp set for them. You're not very straight. I'm just going to straighten this. So the All Things Fabulous stamp set, which is a 2-step stamp set, which is fab because you see these all line up together. This one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. These 3, them 2, these ones, this one, all go together perfectly. So I've kind of messed around quickly this morning and just stamped a random design using these flowers, which is super cute. So I really like this. And I was a little bit concerned on what colours to actually put together. So what I did was I copied the catalogue. If in doubt, copy the catalogue. Have a great day. So I've got a couple more to do. So I'm just going to get stamping. You guys, let's not waste time. I have already got some of them on blocks to the side. So I'm just going to bring them in over. And what I like to do as well is when I have lots of little stamps, just stick it on one big block so they're easy to grab. Shall we go through our colours? That's useful information, isn't it? So I use for the pink tones Blushing Bride, Rococo Rose, Merry Merlot. For the yellow tones I use So Saffron, Daffodil Delight and Crushed Curry. Then for these little ones I use Highland Heather and Gorgeous Grape. And for the leaves I just did Simple Pear Pizzazz, which that isn't focusing. There we go. So nice and easy. Let's get stamping. How are we all today? Are we all having a good day? How is life? How is life going? I know today has been a very busy day for me, at work in particular. So I'm going to start with our red. I'm going to say they're pink flowers. They're pinkish tones. So I'm going to start with our pink flowers. And I'm starting with Blushing Bride because that's the lightest. And I'm going to grab this flower here. And I'm going to stamp that. Pick that up. And just stamp this down. Like so. Now, I kind of kept it with 3s because 3s is a good number. Keeping it odd is always good. So I'm going to keep it with the odd numbers by just going 1, 2. You might need a post-it note because I'm going to go over the edge here. Like so. I'm just going to ink that up again. And pop this down. Like so. It's so fab. Look at them. Fabulous. Okay, so I'm going to move that one out of the way completely so I don't get any ink on it. Bring in my next one. So this down. So I'm going to be completely honest, when I got this set, well, when I saw it, I loved it. I thought it was a fabulous set. I knew it'd be one of my favourites. And then I got it and I was like, oh no, what the heck am I supposed to do with that? And it's mostly because of the colours. Like, I wasn't overly keen on the colours. Or, that doesn't make sense. I wasn't sure on what colours to incorporate with it. But honestly, this is why Stampin' Up is fab, because in the catalogue they've done all the hard work and they've given us the information on what colours to use. So that's number 2. Bringing in number 3. Stamping this down. Picking up the ink, which is Blushing Bride, for anybody just joining. Do you know what I was thinking to myself earlier on? I was this is what I do randomly. I was sat there, I was thinking about the colours that I've chosen, and I was just like, you know how you get a dirty blonde, as in a hair colour? Blushing Bride is a dirty pink. Does anybody else agree with me? Or is it just me being a bit mean on Blushing Bride? Probably just me. I'm just going to go with it. Okay, so that's all the Blushing Bride done. So I'm going to move that out of the way. I'm going to close my lovely ink pad. Then I'm going to bring in my Rococo Rose. And apparently throw it across the room. It is very dirty, isn't it? Thank you. I'm glad I'm not the only one. So we've stamped base 1. So this is base 2 and this is base 3. So I'm going to pick up number 2. That's going to be a darker tone of Rococo Rose. Now, if you want to be precise, get the Stampin' Magic. However, I'm just going to stand up and eyeball it, which is harder when you have a hat on and you're directly in front of a camera. So, see, hat in the way, cannot see a thing. I suppose you guys can't even see me anymore, so I can take the hat off. Smart. Okay, so that's 1. Look how simple that is and how effective it is just to get that layer in. So now I've sorted out what colours I'm going to use with it. That's terrible. My life is a hell of a lot easier. So quickly I'm going to need the post-it note back. Just line that up. You know, a Stampin' Magic would have been easier for this, but... Oh, that's awful. We'll pretend like that hasn't happened. Beautiful. Okay, this one. Picking up the Rococo Rose. Perfect. See, practice makes perfect. You also need a Stampin' Magic though. I should have set this up. But because of how many I'm doing, like a Stampin' Magic is just going to take forever to line up each time round. And sometimes we just don't have time for that, do we guys? We don't. So, final one. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's handmade. but it needs to be somewhat pretty. Martin. Okay. So that is the Rococo Rose added, which is fab. And then one colour left for that, which is the Merry Merlot, which, to be fair, I believe is a very overlooked colour. Anybody else think that? I think I've only ever used it on a card once, but that's because I'm silly. And it's a pretty set, and I should really be using it more. Let's move them out of the way. Let's turn this round. I'll try. My tassels on my hoodie are now getting in the way as well. You know what? It's already wrong, so I'm just going to stamp it down. You know what? We finished, well, me and Sean both finished work at 5 o'clock today. So he's gone for a shower. And I was like, oh, I'm just going to pop on Instagram Live quickly. And he was like, don't worry, I will cook dinner. I was like, sorry, what do you mean? He was like, I'll cook dinner. Just make sure your Instagram's Live is finished, ready, in time for dinner being done. And I was like, oh, thank you. And just going to stamp that down anywhere. What I would suggest as well to do, I don't know if anybody else has found this, or personally, give it some time between each layer. Because I found on the earlier example that the colours didn't stand off so well. So just giving it some time, you can really see the defined layers. And remember, because it's ink, it's going to dry lighter, only ever so slightly, so don't stress about that. Just going to stamp that down, because again, that one's wrong. Hi Trisha, you okay? Thank you, Tracy. It's just so easy with such a pretty stamp set. I don't know if you can hear that, but my belly just rumbled. I don't know about you, but I'm trying not to run to the kitchen cupboard every single second I get, especially now I'm working from home. That kitchen cupboard is off limits. Okay, so that's our pink tones done. So just a reminder that I have used Blush and Bride, Rococo Rose and Merry Merlot. Let's then go on to our yellow tones. So I'm just going to peel some of these off. So our yellow tones are going to be in a completely different flower, which I'm just assembling now. So for our pink tones, we use these three. Now we're going to use these three, which is fab. And what I would point out as well is on the packet, it says 2B, so you're just looking for 2A. So that's layer 1, layer 2, layer 3. So 2A, 2B, 2C. It couldn't be easier. It really couldn't. So for these three, I'm using So Saffron, Daffodil Delight and Crushed Curry. Starting with the So Saffron. Taking that large one. Let's just grab one of these. Don't need all three. And then it's just a matter of stamping that down where you want it. this up here. Like so. So that's So Saffron. And that one. There. See how quick and easy it is just to run through multiple colours and layers. Like, you could quite easily just sit there and stamp a load of cards all in one go. Nice, quick and easy. Bish, bash, bosh. You do need to get this stamp set out. It's been sat on my shelf for far too long. So next is going to be Daffodil Delight. Just gonna ink that up. Just eyeball it. So I always go with the centre. So for this one, it's this little bit here. Can you see? This bit. So I line this up and then we're perfect. Or as close to perfect as can be. And then this one. And I just love the different textures and tones created from just different inks. And you don't have to use 3 different colours either. So you could quite easily use this one, stamp off, stamp on, and then use stamp. Shall we do it? So you'd go ink this one up in the Daffodil Delight, stamp it off, stamp it on. So then you'd use this as your base, and then you'd use it just stamped on like so. Okay, and then you can go in with your crushed curry or whichever colour. So you don't have to even use 3 different ink pads. You could use the same ink pad 3 times. Okay, so just gradient it for each and every single stamp. So my crushed curry. No, I hadn't finished. I'm jumping ahead of myself because I'm talking too much. Okay. Sticking with the Daffodil Delight. Bring it in the next one. Lining that up. Stamping it down. You know what, I'm going to be honest, I think this flower is a lot easier to line up than this one. Just personally. But again, if I had my stamping majig set up and I was just doing 1 card, it'd be fab and easy. And what I like more as well, if you don't like 1 layer cards, there's dies that coordinate with all of these flowers, and it's available in a bundle where you save 10%, which we all love a saving. Anybody else? Okay, now onto my crushed curry, and with our final layer, which is the smaller one, I'm just going to ink that up. So, and line it up and pop it down. Isn't that, it just works perfectly. So that's that one. Moving on to the next one. So you guys, I was talking earlier on about how I try to make my customer thank you cards live on Instagram. Is this something you like or don't like? Do you want me to get rid of it and not do it anymore? I don't have to do it. I just think it's nice to spend some time. What stamp set? It's All Things Fabulous. And don't forget, if you're buying it or you've brought it, there's coordinating dies which are available, which, quite frankly, if you have one, you have to have the other. Or at least that's my excuse. I love yellow too. Yellow is my favourite colour. Our living room is yellow. I don't know if you've seen it in the backgrounds, but of like stories and whatnot. But it's yellow everywhere. Okay, so that's the yellow done. Let's go. What's next? We're going to add some of the leaves now. I think that's a good place to go next. So I'm just going to clear off some of my blocks. I almost need a white. So let's pick up some leaves, which I've just got to the side. Okay, so the leaves are going to be in Pear Pizzazz. Again, subtles are the bomb. Anybody else just love the subtles collection, or is it just me? So with this, I'm actually going to overstamp on the thank you, because I'm not too concerned in relation to that, because I know the black is the more intense colour, so that's going to stand through. And one there. Let's just pop another one here. Okay, so that's the 3 sprig, which is in the set. And you also get a little 2 sprig as well, which again I'm just going to use to fill in some of the space. Like so. Are you guys able to hear my belly rumbling? It's not good, is it? We're having pie for dinner, which I'm extremely excited about. I love a good pie. Okay, so I'm going to leave that there for that one. And bring in the next one. Just rotate back to this stamp. So when you're creating cards where you're just conveyor belting it, if anybody knows what that means, and doing one, then another, then another, what I find is just creating one master pattern helps, and then just following that. So then you don't have to think about the design ever again. Does that make sense? Leave that as that. I am going to go back in, just add one down here, and on this one, just to fill that empty gap a little bit. So that's the 3 sprig done, then going in with the 2 sprig, filling out the space a little bit more. Which is fab. And remember that not every card is going to be the same. You don't want them to all be the same, because at the end of the day, it's handmade. So you're just going to stamp it down sporadically, but with some type of order, because no one likes a hot mess, do they? I'm going to leave it at that. So that's that one done. Moving on to this one. Going back to our 3 sprig and just stamping this down. 3 sprig, 3 sprig, 3 sprig. Oh, So as I said, this stamp set is fabulous. You guys really do need it. It's just so pretty. And if you need the item code, it is there. So it's 152602. It's fabulous. And don't forget, how much is a bundle? Let me grab my catalogue. And let's find the bundle for you. Because it might be that with the bundle, you're going to qualify for the bonus days voucher, which means you get £4.50 off or €6 on your next spend in August. This is when I need my glasses. Not that I have glasses. But okay. So the bundle is £44 or 60 or €58.50. So to me that says you need to just add one more extra thing onto your order to qualify for that bundle, which is super cute. You need it. And you get that £4.50 back, which is fab. Or €6. So on to the 2 sprig again. Anybody else bored of his sprigs? We'll get exciting again in a moment, I promise. When we bring in the Highland Heather and Gorgeous Grape. Just so pretty and so effortless. On there. Missed it. But it's fine because it's photopolymer. I can just lay it back over ever so slightly. It'll disappear. Pretend like it never happened. As my mum used to say. Okay, so I'm still going to keep my papers as open because we are going to come back to it. But I'm bringing in my Highland Heather now. And then with your teeny tiny blocks, and by teeny tiny blocks I mean block A, you're going to grab this little flower here. So right in the middle. So it's going to be A, B and C. Martin doesn't know his alphabet. Bring it in our main design. Start with the Highland Heather. Taking the A stamp, which is this large floral. Stamping that down. Just randomly around. Like so. Okay, so it's that. I'm trying not to put them where other ink pads are. So keep going, bring it in another one. It's just so quick and easy. How long have I been live so far, people? Probably what? Not that long. Pop one up here. Conveyor belt for the win. So pop in one there. Put in one here. I'm not going to put one in that corner because there's not enough room. So we'll just stick it with 3 on this one. And then with the next small one, which is going to be the B, which you see there. We're going to go in with the Gorgeous Grape. So we're upping the tone of the purple. Picking up that colour. And then I'm just going to line that up with the bottom, like so. And again, if you're a perfectionist, there's no harm in you getting out the stamping magic. But honestly, you don't need it. Like you can just see there with the 2 tones. It's so quick and easy. And then finishing up these ones. Bish bash bosh. Lovely. Oh, can't see. You've all gone quiet. So much that I clearly feel the need to go quiet. Okay, so that's that one. Like, you can also almost imagine this in you creating your own designer series paper, or just keep it really simple and just have it as a backdrop. Either way, it's fab and you're gonna love it. And as I said, get the bundle. You're gonna reach that £45 spend or €60 and you're done. You've got that voucher. Happy days. Because let's face it, that's all we want. We want free stuff. Okay, so then finally there's this tiny little stem. So that's when we're going to bring back our Pear Pizzazz and just finishing off each little sprig like so. Now for this one, I'm not too concerned about that little dot, but how quick and simple was that? Now, I did a lot of these earlier. Well, not too many. But it's just so fun, and you can get lost in the making. So you can imagine doing a full sheet, this, and then chopping it up, doing whatever you like with it, just to make it look super pretty. And then finally, just one here. Oh, stamp that down like so. And then that's us and our stamping done. So all what's left is to fold it over and put it down. And there you have some quick and simple thank you cards. Right, so I'm going to go before I'm late for dinner, and Lord only knows my belly needs food. So I'm going to go. I'll see you guys later. If you have any questions about the All Things Fabulous stamp set, get in touch. I will help you out. And make sure if you're going to purchase this, you're purchasing the bundle to get that £4.50 or €6. Okay, I am going to enjoy my dinner. Thank you guys for joining me. Hold on. Can I turn you around? Let me put my hat back on. Because Lord only knows, Saturday cannot come quick enough. Okay, so again, thank you for joining me. I've really enjoyed the company. Well, I've quickly done this. Now I just need to write them out, wrap them up, and we're done. So I'll see you guys later. Thanks again. Bye.